Long before the time of great civilizations, after the generations of Adam had spread across the earth, humanity slowly began to lose its way. People who once worshipped Allah alone started to follow a dangerous path. Among them were 5 righteous men who had been loved by their communities. Their names were Wad, Suwa, Yaguth, Yauk, and Nasr. When these righteous men died, people were saddened by their loss. Shaitan whispered to them, suggesting they make statues of these men to remember their piety. At first, the statues were only reminders, but as generations passed, the true purpose was forgotten. Slowly, people began to worship the statues themselves. And so, for the first time since Adam, idol worship spread across the earth. Allah, in His mercy, sent a prophet to guide them back to the truth. That prophet was Nuh, peace be upon him. Nuh began calling his people to worship Allah alone. Day and night he reminded them, "Worship Allah. You have no deity other than Him." He warned them about the punishment of disbelief and promised them that if they turned back to Allah, their sins would be forgiven and their lives would be blessed with rain, wealth, and children. But his people refused. The leaders mocked him and accused him of being nothing more than a man like themselves. They ridiculed the few who believed in him, saying only the poor and weak followed Nuh. Yet Nuh never stopped. He called them openly and privately. He spoke to them during the day and during the night. He preached to them for 950 years. Imagine that. Nearly 1,000 years of patience. But with every passing year, fewer people listened. Eventually, Allah revealed to Nuh that no more people from his nation would believe. The time for warning had ended. Allah commanded Nuh to build an ark. In the middle of dry land, far from the sea, Nuh began constructing a massive ship. As he worked, the disbelievers passed by laughing and mocking him. "Have you become a shipbuilder now?" they joked. But Nuh simply replied that one day they would know who would face a humiliating punishment. Then the command of Allah came. The sky opened with pouring rain, and the earth burst with springs of water. Floodwaters rose everywhere. Allah commanded Nuh to bring onto the ark the believers and pairs of animals. But among those who refused to believe was someone very close to him, his own son. Nuh called out to him as the waves rose like mountains, "My son, come aboard with us and do not be among the disbelievers." But his son arrogantly replied that he would climb a mountain to save himself. Nuh warned him that nothing could protect anyone from Allah's command that day. Moments later, a massive wave separated them, and his son was drowned. The ark continued floating across the endless waters until Allah commanded the earth to swallow its water and the sky to stop its rain. The flood ended. The ark came to rest upon Mount Judy, and from the few believers who survived with Nuh, humanity began again. The story of Nuh teaches us powerful lessons: patience in calling to truth, unwavering faith, and the reality that guidance comes only from Allah. Even after centuries of preaching, Nuh never gave up. And because of that perseverance, his story remains one of the greatest reminders in the Quran.